Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Dad channel. Today I'm going to do a review, a long-awaited review, of this NOCO Genius Boost HD GB70. The good people at NOCO actually reached out to me a while ago and sent me this to do a review on, so I guess you could say this is a sponsored review. Um, but I got to say, I don't tell it, or, no holds barred, right? I don't owe them anything. This is the second one I've seen and used. When I worked in the junkyard down the road, I used this exact same model. That's why I got NOCO to send me this exact same model, because I was more familiar with it. Now, it says it can start up to like a 6-liter diesel. I've seen it start a 7.3 cube van. I've seen it actually help start a 24-volt loader. Help, like I said. Um, but, these actually can do some interesting things. Now, mine has sustained some damage over time. My power button, you may be able to tell there, is actually broken. The plastic's ripped. My dog stepped on it, I think is what happened. You can actually see his claw mark. It goes right across there. And I dropped it, and that broke this off. But it revealed the magic fuse, which I probably wouldn't even have thought was there. So if I ever blew it up, maybe, or if you've ever blown yours up, have a look inside. Maybe it's got that fuse. But that being said, all in all, it's been quite a good unit. I really like the light feature, to be honest. It's got a really good light. Of course, now there we go. It's got super bright function, and then different levels, and then like flashing. I think there's a fast flash too, but I can't remember. Let's see. That one? I thought there was one much faster than that. Anyways, so yeah, that'll last hours and hours and hours on a charge. And even after years of having this, it still lasts hours and hours and hours on a charge. I gotta say that the battery seems to hold its charge well, even over time. I have killed this unit twice though. I left it out in the cold. I left it out in the cold a few times, actually quite a few times when I first got it. Didn't seem to bother it, but over time now, the last 2 times I left it out in really cold weather. The first time it may or may not have been near dead, I don't know, but the second time I know for a fact it was fully charged. And within a couple days I came out, I hit the button, nothing. The power, none of the lights would light up. I'd plug it in, nothing. It wouldn't work at all. I tried 12 volts. I tried hooking 12 volts to these. I didn't think that would work, but you never know. They got 12 volt in through that, so I tried that. I tried the USB, nothing. It was just dead. Nothing, none of the buttons worked. So I said, screw it. I'll throw it in the house, and you never know. Maybe someday it'll work. The first time, and lo and behold, 2 or 3 weeks later, I tried actually a few times over the time, but about 2 or 3 weeks later, I plugged it in one day, and all of a sudden, boom, my little light started going, and started charging up, and it actually charged all the way. And then it happened again, and again it charged up all the way. It still works perfectly. I can. It still has this, the boost thing. If you're unaware of these machines, when you first hook them up and turn them on, if they start cycling like this, that means you already have battery charge and you don't have to hit this button. But if it just goes up to a battery percentage, like when you first turn it on, it'll go up to a certain percentage. You have to press and hold this button down until this white light lights, and that means that these are actually hot. Before that, these don't have voltage going to them. So just in case you didn't know that about these. But yeah, like I said, all in all, I've had this for quite a few years. I think 3 years now at least, maybe 4. And I've used it many, many, many times. I use it quite often, to be honest. You've seen my junk cars that I have up in my property there, as well as all the junk cars I drive and everything else I mess with. So I use it for my 4-wheeler. I've used it for many, many things. One of the drawbacks towards this is it does not make a good battery pack. You put it on this boost mode here, like so. Well, it was turned on. When it starts clicking like that and the relay's going, it doesn't hold that charge for very long. If you had a car without a battery or a dead alternator, and you try to put this charger on, you're not going to get far. Not like one of these old This is I think from Napa or whatever. One of these chargers, they tend to last as a battery a bit better. Um, this will get you down the road, like a battery would. They're not recommended to be used as a car battery, but again, if you're just moving cars around, it's not a big deal. But it is a big deal when it doesn't work, and unfortunately, that's one downfall about these things. That does not work. I don't think I mentioned, or I did mention the first time I tried to do this video and get messed up, but this will start. I've seen it start a 7.3 diesel Power Stroke cube van. They're only rated for up to a 6 liter, but we've had it hooked up to the loader. And when I used to work at the junkyard, I don't know how many things I've used it to boost. But like anything, these clamps aren't actually too bad, but they don't always get the best connection. You're always having to check connections, but that's a common problem with almost any jump pack. But all in all, for what it's worth, what they go for, of course, I'm cheap, so I probably wouldn't pay full price for these, but when they go on sale, it's pretty reasonable. And if you're doing a lot of boosting like I do, and like I used to when I worked at the junkyard, this was the cat's ass. I mean, these do take a while to charge, is the one thing. We used to be at the junkyard, we'd charge it every night, hook up the USB, and then in the morning we'd take it. Some days, we'd kill it with 1 or 2 vehicles, and we'd have to wait for a while for it to charge up. So I don't know if it's any quicker to actually have this for charging as opposed to one of these. Now this one actually doesn't even work right. This is an old one from my work. If you notice, there's a power light missing. The status button does not work. None of the electronics work. The board's all corroded. I actually just disconnected it. So it's just literally a battery with a couple jumper leads. Just use a trickle charger. It works. I have no idea where it's ever at, but it does the trick in a pinch if this thing's dead or doesn't fit the function. Anyways, guys, I hope this review kind of gives you a little idea on what these are like. Oh, and actually, one thing before I go, I should mention. I mentioned how I really like the light. Well, that is because I've used this many, many times in power outages. And, when you're back in the woods, whatever, sometimes just, not too long ago I used it. We were sitting out around a fire just to light up where we were. Anyways, so the light's great, but with the USB out, it has USB out as well. It has 12 volt out as well, but I don't know. I've never used anything with 12 volt out, so I couldn't tell you. But the USB is awesome because you can charge your phone while the light's on, and it takes, no power out of this thing. I've had this on for probably 4 to 6 hours, charging my phone with the light on at the same time, and it still had lots of power. I was quite surprised. But anyways, guys, this is my review of the GB70. I hope you enjoy it. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, hit me up in the comment box. That's what it's for. And hit that like button if you want, of course. And even better, you can subscribe. All right. Until next time, peace.